I guess the first question for you would be, what do you think the youth, yeah, and people our age, yeah, the youngsters, the future of the planet, what can we do to raise awareness, to best raise awareness about climate change?
Well, I think that the first thing is to recognize the role of youth, right? Because right now we are like the generation that needs to regenerate the planet, and we have to take that role that we have in this planet right now. Secondly, we have to take all the data and to learn about the problem, what is climate change, what is happening, what is biodiversity loss, what is happening with agriculture, non-sustainable agriculture, non-sustainable consumption, and especially for Europe youth, I will say that the focus should be on consumption, right? Because if we talk about carbon footprint in European countries, we'll have like an average of 6 tons metrics by year, and in countries like in Argentina, you will find more like 4, 3, or even 1, depending on which segment of the society you are talking, right? So awareness is crucial, and I think that the first step is to learn and then to share with your parents, with your community, at school, at university, with your projects, etc.
Yes. And I guess my next question for you would be, how can we combine these two concepts of nature or climate change and culture or arts in order to better raise awareness about climate change?
Okay, right. Difficult question. I can tell you what I did.
Yes.
So the first thing is I am a privileged person because I've been connected with nature, going on the weekends to the forest, to the countryside, and connecting with trees and bees and biodiversity, right? So my first thing will be try to connect with nature. If you have the opportunity to travel, do some eco-traveling, trekking on the forest, etc., and observe the nature. And try to do a trip with someone who can explain. Because sometimes when you don't have the information, you just see some trees. But when someone comes and starts telling you the story, this is an old tree that actually is protecting the small trees that are behind, so they can nurture those bees that actually pollinize that flower. That flower actually gives fruits for that animal, and you start to link yourself with that forest or that ecosystem in another way. Not just a beautiful landscape, right? But you see yourself like one more species inside the planet that actually has many other species, and they are all linked between. If you don't have the opportunity to travel, you can do it at home. Try to grow some food. It doesn't matter if it is one tomato, one plant of, how do you say, salad, whatever. So you're going to understand how much energy, water, and time takes to grow food. And because we are so used to just go to the supermarket or somewhere and you have all the fruits there and it's easy for us just to take it. But we are not connected with the life cycle of that fruit. And many people don't even know from where a carrot comes from. And they don't have the shape of a plant of carrots. So let's try to connect with food and with nature in that way. So what can artists do? They can do a lot, because sometimes scientists were really bad at communicating, right? So people don't understand us. So if you have an artist, a songwriter, a musician, visual art, even dancing, you can communicate what is happening, and sometimes you can find a better and direct way to connect with people about the issue and also the solutions.
Yes, super. Thank you. So we need to create the culture of nature by spending time in nature, first of all.
We say that is one good step. You can also watch some beautiful documentaries about the story of flowers. For example, do you know that red flowers tend to attract for birds, and yellow and purple are more for insects?
Really?
And white flowers are for night insects or birds.
Okay.
So there are things that we don't know, because we don't know much about nature actually, and there is a lot of things we can learn just by observing and watching some documentaries and being in nature.